There is something about this story that I would like to be totally excited about, and there's also another part of this where I'm highly skeptical as the terrain of recruiting and being able to keep people in. If Miss America and the winning of that from an Air Force brand new officer from the Air Force Academy is enough to do some damage to try and promote the U.S. military that they've not been able to capture in the past couple years. Now, the person that we're talking about here is a second lieutenant in the Air Force, and that is Second Lieutenant Madison Marsh, that's making history in multiple different ways as she's been seen across social media, flying in the back seat of an aircraft, and also recently winning the Miss America pageant as well. She does specify she is not an Air Force pilot yet. She just graduated in 2023, and this is a big milestone, I think, for a lot of the recruiting side of this, because they're like, we found our golden nugget to make sure that we can win. Now, I do want to say some of her policies and what she's looking at doing, I do back. She does have some backing as far as this goes, as she is now a graduate student at the Harvard University for public policy and looking to implement changes for pancreatic cancer, that as she's looking to impact the screening, testing, treatment, everything across the board for pancreatic cancer, as her mother actually had passed away from that. So she has some kind of story going forward, and you want to hate her, but I look at this in a couple ways. I look at this in the ways of character and competence, and I've seen some videos about it, talking about it, that I think are very important. So character being the military and doing that, but also being highly educated in a very prestigious university and going on to be able to do that in a form that is public policy to try and make change for a story she actually believes in. I can't hate that. But I will say that there's an interview clip here where they were asking her about being able to blend these worlds, because Miss America has its own ideological ways of impacting change through culture and visiting places and things like that, that this is what she said.
Temporarily have to put your active duty service on hold. How does this all work? Because the military needs you, the pageant needs you. So
yes.
how are you going to handle all this?
Well, right now nothing is official, but we're really trying to mesh both of these roles together, as me remaining on active duty and maybe potentially becoming a recruiter for the Air Force, because really, I wouldn't be able to be Miss America or even gone to Harvard without the opportunities that the Air Force provided. I mean, they gave me all of the tools at the Air Force Academy to compete in pageants, to get the scholarships I received, to send me to Harvard while I'm still active duty. And so we really want to mesh these two roles together so I can advocate for people that are armed service members and really try to get more people to join the service.
That is an incredible recruitment message for the U.S. Air Force, right? They should be using that. Cut the clip.
So as much as I do agree that the uniform did help launch her like a Barbie, of saying she does everything, she's doing more than both. Some of you guys will get that. Please don't get your legal team on me. I would appreciate it. But what I'm saying here is that I can commend this and actually be a part of that and say I'm happy for her, because she has a goal to do something with the platform that she actually has. It's not just doing both. It's trying to do both that leads to an impact of something else, because I think that's what people would like to see if you're going to be on a public sphere or a public platform across social media. Because what we see a lot of these influencers that are out there, they wear the flashy uniform, they flash their bars, they flash the ranks, they show the ribbons, they show the stack, they show them in front of the aircraft or whatever. And what do you see happen from that? So that's why I commend this person, this Air Force officer, who actually wants to do something. It doesn't have to be military specific to be that. I'm like, at least she's doing something that I would say is even bigger than the military. But I do want to see what she does trying to combat issues, as she's going to have the voice and the ear of a lot of the top enlisted, top officers and things like that that are going to go through with this and actually use her for those things. And obviously, I hope she has her ear to the ground of seeing what the problems are to bring those to those people, like we cover on this channel. Now I would say let's get into the sad, doom, gloom thoughts of this. And that's not because I'm trying to be a negative Nancy, but because I would like to actually look at this as a fair shake, a fair assessment, because there are people out there that believe this is going to be a great big token for the U.S. military. However, I would like to say that Miss America is not what it used to be. And that is something that I firmly believe in, because before, every year, people would sit down and watch the Miss America, Miss Universe, Miss whatever it was, in order to see who was winning. And it was kind of a big event that had a lot of advertisement and a lot of eyes on it. However, if you look at the year of 2024, where she's winning this, you're not seeing the same thing. So, for example, she now has 30,000 followers on Instagram, or 32,000, somewhere around there, where, you know, I would say like the eyes and publicity of the Miss America pageant itself was much bigger in earlier years versus this. And I would like to say that if the military is looking at these very traditional things like Miss America and looking to put her in the backseat of something, or having her do these publicity events and being able to spread the message of what the Air Force is like, I think that's great. However, I also want to be very straight and precise that she's only had 4 years at the academy, plus what I would say is this past year of active duty service. So her reference or range of competency about the Air Force is very shallow, very slim. But at the same time, I am fair to assess that these competitions are meant for people that are in her age group. And essentially at that point, there's not going to be many people with a ton of experience as well. This does also make me say that we have influencers, people that I would say are above the 30,000 that are following on Instagram, or even say how many other people see this on the Daily Show and things like that, as she's been across these different publications and different media sources, that they could put those people even out there in these things that are doing very cool things that are just beyond the Miss America thing, for example. So I do want to say there was some backlash of this with Second Lieutenant Marsh, not against her actually, but against, I would say, a competitor, because she's not the only person that has ever looked to do the Miss America pageant. And a very, very, I would say, close member of the channel, Kelly Broshi, Lieutenant Commander Select, actually, she was actually going up for this as well, where people had shown her showing this clip on her Instagram. And then there were a lot of people that were making fun of her, saying that she was making this about her versus actually Second Lieutenant Marsh in this instance, and trying to take away some of that light. So
me.
there was some shade thrown there. There was some drama there, because really there's drama everywhere, it seems like, in the military. But that's kind of capturing what we see here. And that's why I bring you guys into this, because I think a lot of you guys understand, is this just something that the military recruiting is going to eat up and there's not going to be some kind of actual true effect of this? Or do you think that somebody from a traditional set like this from Miss America is still going to have influence and power in the social media sphere that we would have probably seen years and decades ago? Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. As always, if you guys like what I cover here on the channel, make sure you guys hit me up over on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, and down in the comments below. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.